I never thought a single text message could shatter a lifetime of trust. But there it was, glowing on my son's phone, which he had carelessly left on the kitchen counter. "Sell the house before she changes her mind." The sender was my daughter-in-law, Sarah. My heart, which had just been filled with love and generosity, suddenly felt cold and heavy. This house, my home for 40 years, was not just bricks and mortar. It was a living album of my life, a sanctuary I had planned to pass on to my only son, Mark. But now, seeing those words, I knew my legacy was in jeopardy. I had always tried to be the perfect mother-in-law. When Mark first brought Sarah home, her bright smile and eager compliments seemed genuine. I welcomed her with open arms, sharing old family recipes and stories from Mark's childhood. I thought we were building a bond, but soon subtle hints began to surface. "This place is so big for just one person," she'd say, her eyes scanning the rooms. "Think of the upkeep, the taxes." Her words, initially disguised as concern, started to feel like a slow, steady pressure. She would talk about their cramped apartment and how a bigger space would be perfect for starting a family, always ending with a sigh and a pointed look in my direction. My decision to gift them the house was made from a place of love. I imagined my future grandchildren running through these halls, their laughter echoing where Mark's once did. When I told them my plan, Mark was moved to tears, hugging me tightly. Sarah, however, had a different reaction. Her eyes lit up with a triumphant gleam that she quickly tried to hide behind a grateful smile. It was a flicker of something unsettling, something I chose to ignore until that fateful text message confirmed my deepest fears. They didn't see a home filled with memories. They saw an asset, a cash prize to be liquidated as quickly as possible. The love and sacrifice I was offering were being twisted into a cold, calculated transaction. A week later, I called a family meeting. The air was thick with anticipation. Mark and Sarah sat on the sofa, their faces a mixture of excitement and impatience. I placed a large, official-looking envelope on the coffee table between us, Sarah's eyes fixated on it, a greedy hunger in her gaze. "I've made my final decision about the house," I announced, my voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. Mark reached for the envelope, but I slid it towards Sarah. "Why don't you open it?" I suggested. With trembling fingers, she tore it open and pulled out the deed. Her confident smile faltered, then completely vanished as she read the document. Her face turned pale, then contorted with disbelief and fury. The new owner listed on the deed was not Mark. It was the St. Jude's Children's Home, a local charity I had supported for years. "What is this?" Sarah shrieked, her voice cracking. "You can't do this." Mark stared at me, his expression a storm of confusion and betrayal. "Mom, why?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. I looked at my son, the boy I had raised in this very house, and then at the woman beside him who had so carelessly planned to erase our history. A profound sense of peace washed over me, quieting the storm in my own heart. Outside the window, the sun was setting, casting a warm, golden light over the garden. My legacy wasn't in the hands of those who would sell it. It was now destined to provide a home for children who truly needed one. And in that moment, I knew I had made the right choice.